Charles warned, act fast, or quite simply, you could lose a lot of support. As ever, what are we talking about? Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you're keeping well, fine and dandy today. And as ever, thank you for your company. Let's have a wave today. I hope you're all well, whatever you're doing. Yes, it's a nicer day today. Feel a little bit brighter, don't you? No? Yes? You're middling. Yeah. Well, you could get better, couldn't it? Also, lovely to have your comments about the Spice Girls at 25. Makes you feel ancient, doesn't it? And also I was thinking to myself, so how old are the Spice Girls then? Because they were all young girls, weren't they, when they started out? Although I think Baby was a little older than she proclaimed to be at the time. But if they were 25, oh, can you imagine? That makes them 50. That makes me 37 again, like Jack Benny used to be. I used to love that, didn't you? Jack Benny was perennially, I think he was 39, wasn't he? I loved Jack Benny. Anybody else remember that fantastic comedian? Do let me know in the comments below. Back as ever, though, to your breaking royal story of the day. This is a serious matter, actually, for the King Charles, and of course the ongoing royal soap opera that is Harry and Meghan. You see, what's interesting over here, every single day we get reports about whether they were attending the coronation, whether she wants to be on the balcony, all that sort of stuff. But the bottom line is this: they're not popular. A recent poll basically claimed that over 75% of the British public polled did not want to see them return. And this is not being catty or nasty. It's basically, it's their own doing, really. The negativity that Harry's thrown against his family. You couldn't say the same of Meghan Markle, and I'm not taking sides, but she's remained very cleverly silent, as I've told you before. It's all been aimed directly from Harry against his own family. Not very clever, not a wise move. What's also interesting here, though, is now it's impacting on how people feel about attending the forthcoming coronation on May the 6th for King Charles III. You see, a lot of people feel as well in that recent poll that if Harry and Meghan do return, they simply wouldn't, support the monarchy. A terrible situation to find yourself in, and it's all, as I say, brought on by themselves. But when you think it's impacting on the rest of the monarchy, we told you earlier this week about how there were protesters out saying, not my king, and, William will never be my king. We never had this sort of thing during the Queen. This is all because of the velvet rope being pulled back, as Prince Harry famously said. But now what a lot of people want him, the King, and William to do is draw a line under it. Let the public know, are Harry and Meghan attending or not? If not, set a date, claim that's the end of the deadline, move on. Because this will be damaging, far more than the King realizes. And of course, should Harry return here alone, one can expect, whichever way you look at it, some negative reaction from the crowd. Even if they were to bring him through a side door at Westminster Abbey and keep his presence to a minimum, which possibly could happen. However, a very good source told me that actually everything is done, signed and sealed. They will reveal all to the public as and when they're ready. Now that's a bigger juggernaut, a bigger bombshell, and perhaps more explosive than even they really think. Because whichever way you look at it, until somebody decides to put an end to this soap opera, making sure that Harry and Meghan get all of this free publicity and interest in a dwindling brand that they now have, then seriously, it's detrimental to the remaining senior members of the British monarchy. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of England.